This is the story of two large nations, similar beginnings, different paths. India and China, two ancient civilizations, two sleeping giants. In the last century, around the same time, both nations awoke, ready to take their place on the world stage. In 1947, India gained independence, breaking free from the chains of colonialism. In 1949, a revolution took place in China, ushering in a new era. Both countries began their journeys facing similar challenges. Poverty was widespread, infrastructure was lacking, education levels were low. Both nations adopted socialist economic policies, emphasizing self-reliance and government control. The road ahead seemed long and arduous. Yet despite these similarities, their paths diverged. In the late 1970s, China took a sharp turn, embracing market reforms with a zeal that astonished the world. India, on the other hand, changed gradually, opening its economy in the 1990s. These different approaches had a profound impact on their development trajectories. The Dragon's Roar, China's embrace of the market. Deng Xiaoping, the architect of China's economic reforms, famously said, "It doesn't matter if a cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice." This pragmatic approach guided China's transformation. The focus was on development, no matter what. China opened its doors to foreign investment, inviting companies to set up factories and manufacturing units. Special economic zones were created, offering tax breaks and other incentives to attract businesses. The government invested heavily in infrastructure, building roads, railways, and ports at a breathtaking pace. The results were remarkable. China's economy grew rapidly, averaging nearly 10% annually for 3 decades. Millions of people were lifted out of poverty. Cities boomed, becoming symbols of China's newfound prosperity. The sleeping giant had awakened, and the world took notice. The Elephant's Slow March. India's gradual reforms. India's journey was different. Bound by democratic principles and a complex social fabric, India adopted a more cautious approach to economic reforms. The focus was on creating a more equitable society, even if it meant sacrificing some speed. The economic liberalization of 1991 was a turning point. India shed its socialist image, opening its doors to foreign investment and dismantling bureaucratic hurdles. The IT boom led to a flourishing service sector. India became a global hub for software development and outsourcing. However, India's progress has not been without its challenges. Infrastructure remained a bottleneck. Bureaucracy and corruption continued to hinder businesses. Poverty, though declining, remained a persistent problem. Building the future, investment and infrastructure. A key difference between China and India lies in their approach to investment, particularly in infrastructure. China has consistently poured a large share of its GDP into building the foundation of its economy. Roads, railways, ports, and power plants. China has built them all at an astounding pace. India, on the other hand, has lagged behind in infrastructure development. Investment rates have been lower, and projects have often been plagued by delays and bureaucratic hurdles. The lack of adequate infrastructure has hampered India's growth, increasing transportation costs and hindering industrial development. This difference in infrastructure is clearly visible. China has a vast network of high-speed railways, connecting its major cities and facilitating trade and travel. Meanwhile, India is still playing catch-up, with many parts of the country lacking basic road and rail connectivity. Part 5. The Power of People, Human Capital and Demographics. Both China and India are nations with enormous populations. However, their experiences in harnessing this demographic dividend have been different. China invested heavily in education and skills development, creating a workforce capable of supporting its manufacturing boom. India, while making strides in education, still lags behind. Literacy rates are lower, especially among women. A skills gap persists, limiting employment opportunities for India's burgeoning youth population. Furthermore, China has benefited from high rates of female labor force participation. More women in the workforce have boosted China's economic output. India, on the other hand, needs to empower its women and create an environment where they can fully contribute to the economy. Part 6. Steering the ship, governance and policy. China's one-party system, while often criticized, has provided a degree of policy stability that has been crucial to its economic rise. Long-term plans are made and executed with minimal disruption. India's democratic system, while ensuring accountability and citizen participation, can sometimes lead to policy paralysis. Coalition governments and bureaucratic hurdles can slow down decision-making and implementation. However, India has made strides in recent years to improve its governance and policy environment. Initiatives like Make in India and Digital India aim to attract investment, boost manufacturing, and improve digital literacy. Part 7. Bihar, a microcosm of challenges. Bihar, once a center of learning and prosperity, now serves as a stark reminder of the challenges that continue to plague India. Despite being rich in natural resources and human potential, Bihar has lagged behind other states in development. Infrastructure in Bihar is inadequate. Educational outcomes are poor, with high dropout rates, especially among girls. Unemployment is rampant, forcing many to migrate to other states in search of work. Bihar's challenges are multifaceted and require a multi-pronged approach. Investing in education and skill development, improving infrastructure, and creating a favorable environment for businesses are crucial for the state to unlock its true potential. Part 8. Bridging the Gap, a call to action. Comparing India and China is not meant to diminish India's achievements. India has made remarkable progress since independence, lifting millions out of poverty and emerging as a global economic powerhouse. However, China's example serves as a reminder of what can be achieved with focused efforts and bold reforms. India needs to embrace its potential, confront its challenges, and strive for inclusive and sustainable development. The path forward is clear. Invest in education, improve infrastructure, foster innovation, empower women. By taking these steps, India can bridge the gap and create a brighter future for all its citizens.